Bitcoin ready for big moves on 91% chance of Fed rate cut. Crypto Daybook Americas. Your day ahead look for October 10, 2025. By Omkar Godbole. All times ET unless indicated otherwise. It's a tough market to trade as Bitcoin's BTC $113,545.04 price swings sharply. Following a late Thursday drop from $123,000 to $120,000. BTC has recovered to trade around $121,400, with privacy coins such as ZEC $186.21 and $35.46 rising sharply. The CoinDesk 20 index has bounced to 4,178 points from the overnight low of 4,097. BTC's volatility has picked up, likely in expectation of another Fed rate cut later this month. Bitcoin volatility is poised for a breakout. Implied volatilities across 14, 30, and 90-day expiries have surged to their highest levels in the past 30 days, pointing to increased anticipation of big moves ahead. Nick Forster, founder of decentralized exchange Derive, said. Forster added that the so-called vol spike comes as markets price in a near-certain 25 basis point rate cut by the Federal Reserve later this month. Polymarket bettors price in a 91% chance that the Fed will reduce rates by 25 basis points at the October 28, 29 meeting, even as the ongoing government shutdown has delayed key data releases. The central bank cut rates to 25 bps to 4% last month. In other news, State Street's 2025 digital assets outlook showed that nearly 60% of institutional investors are planning to boost their digital asset exposure in the coming year, with the average exposure expected to double within 3 years. Several U.S. Democratic senators reportedly made a counter-proposal to the market structure bill, involving a restricted list for DeFi protocols deemed too risky. Crypto lawyer Jake Chervinsk said it could derail regulatory progress while undermining the bipartisan support for the Clarity Act seen in the House in July. Meanwhile, Chainlink launched a Chainlink-grade RPC endpoint for the Hyper-EVM testnet, providing builders in the HyperLiquidX ecosystem with infrastructure for developers working on innovative solutions like HIP-3, vaults, liquid staking tokens, LSTs, and spot deployment. In traditional markets, the dollar index continues to hover at 2-month highs, as China tightened its grip on rare earth exports, ratcheting up trends ahead of an expected Xi-Trump meeting in South Korea later this month. Stay alert. For a more comprehensive list of events this week, see CoinDesk's Crypto Week Ahead. For a more comprehensive list of events this week, see CoinDesk's Crypto Week Ahead. For a more comprehensive list of events this week, see CoinDesk's Crypto Week Ahead. By Oliver Knight. Crypto Treasury Companies. Spot BTC ETFs. Spot ETH ETFs. Source, Farside Investors. Crypto Nothing Scheduled. Macro October 10, 8 a.m. Brazil August. PPI YOY, previous. 1.36%. MOM, previous. Minus 0.3%. October 10th, 8:30 a.m. Canada September unemployment rate estates 7.2%. October 10th, 10 a.m. Michigan consumer sentiment October, preliminary, EST 54.2. Earnings. Estimates based on fact-set data, nothing scheduled. Nothing scheduled. October 10th, 8 a.m. Brazil August. PPI YOY, previous. 1.36%. MOM, previous. Minus 0.3%. October 10th, 8:30 a.m. Canada September unemployment rate estates 7.2%. October 10th, 10 a.m. Michigan consumer sentiment October, preliminary, EST 54.2. Nothing scheduled. Governance votes and calls. Decentraland DAO is voting to replace the DAO committee with a 3 of 5 multi-sig of ecosystem representatives, shifting execution-only duties while the council retains oversight. Voting ends October 10. Unlocks October 10. Linea $0.01648 to unlock 6.57% of its circulating supply, worth $26.73 million. October 11. APT $3.5437 to unlock 2.15% of its circulating supply, worth $59.98 million. October 12. ADH $0.04174 to unlock 16.08% of its circulating supply, worth $67.70 million. Token launches. No major launches. Decentraland DAO is voting to replace the DAO committee with a 3 of 5 multi-sig of ecosystem representatives, shifting execution-only duties, while the council retains oversight. Voting ends October 10th. October 10th, Linea $0.01648 to unlock 6.57% of its circulating supply, worth $26.73 million. October 11. APT $3.5437 to unlock 2.15% of its circulating supply, worth $59.98 million. October 12. ADH $0.04174 to unlock 16.08% of its circulating supply, worth $67.7 million. No major launches. Day 2 of 2. North American Blockchain Summit, Dallas. The recent Chinese memecoin frenzy, which sent tokens like Giggle, Thur, and Hajime on PancakeSwap v2 soaring, has abruptly fizzled out. Within 24 hours, many of these assets lost more than 95% of their value, wiping out speculative gains built on hype and social momentum. The crash coincided with a broader memecoin market downturn that Binance founder Changpeng CZ Zhao described as a bloodbath, fueled by FUD and false rumors about token listings. The plunge comes after Binance rolled out its meme Rush platform that was supposed to provide a structured path for tokens before being tradable on various decentralized and centralized exchanges. However, much like how Solana memecoins faded in February following the launch of Trump and Melania, BNB chain memes appear to be following the same route to demise. PancakeSwap trading volume has remained inflated at $18 billion over the past 24 hours, with a handful of newly launched tokens catching a bid, although it's worth noting that liquidity remains relatively low, with data from CoinGlass shows that many BTC perpetual short positions face the risk of liquidation above $121,600. So, a sustained move above the said level could trigger a short squeeze, leading to a quick rally toward record highs. The market is undergoing a leverage reset, with volatility flushing out excess positioning on both sides, Glassnode said. Still, the overall positioning in the global BTC futures market remains elevated, with open interest just shy of the record 755k BTC. BNB, XRP, ADA, and TRX have seen a drop in futures open interest, OI, in the past 24 hours, indicating capital outflows. BTC's OI has risen by 1%, with ETH up just 0.4%. The XMR market is looking a bit overheated, with annualized funding rates nearing 60%, a sign of frenzied demand for bullish bets. Funding rates for other major tokens, including BTC and ETH, paint a bullish picture, but nothing out of the ordinary. On decentralized exchange Derive, open interest in the October 31st expiry options is concentrated in calls that strikes $128,000 and $145,000, reflecting a bullish bias. ETH options activity is equally bullish, with OI concentrated in $5,000 and $6,000 calls. On Derive, however, the call-put skew for BTC and ETH remains mildly negative across timeframes, reflecting a bias for protective puts. Block flows on Paradigm-featured ETH puts and straddles. BTC is up 0.17% from 4 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday at $121,389.27, 24 hours. Minus 0.59%, ETH is down 0.37% at $4,323.41, 24 hours. Minus 0.54%. CoinDesk 20 is up 0.4% at $4,162.46, 24 hours. Plus 0.02%. Ether CSR composite staking rate is up 1 BP at 2.86%. BTC funding rate is at 0.0045%, 4.8968% annualized, on Binance. DXY is down 0.24% at 99.29. Gold futures are up 1% at $4. 12.20 silver futures are up 2.45% at $48.31. Nikkei 225 closed down 1.01% at 48. 88.80 Hang Seng closed down 1.73% at 26. 290.32 FTSE is down 0.14% at 9,495.88. Eurostoxx 50 is unchanged at 5. 627.22 DJIA closed on Thursday down 0.52% at 46. 358.42 S&P 500 closed down 0.28% at 6. 735.11 Nasdaq Composite closed unchanged at 23. 024.62 S&P/TSX Composite closed down 0.76% at 30. 269.98 S&P 40 Latin America closed down 0.51% at 2. 858.54 U.S. 10-year Treasury rate is down 3.5 bps at 4.113%. E-mini S&P 500 futures are unchanged at 6. 785.00 E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures are up 0.1% at 25. 313.50 E-mini Dow Jones Industrial Average Index are up 0.11% at 46,643.00. BTC dominance 59.36%, unchanged. Ether to Bitcoin ratio 0.03563, minus 0.75%. Hash rate 7-day moving average 997 EH/s hash price. Spot $51.21 total fees. 3.79 BTC/$462. 241 CME futures open interest. 147,025 BTC priced in gold. 30.4 Oz BTC versus gold market cap. 8.59%. BTC's dominance rate, or its share in the total market cap, is looking to establish a new uptrend, having risen from 57% to over 59% in 2 weeks. The increase indicates that capital is again flowing into the market leader. In other words, the altcoin season is still not here. Coinbase Global Coin closed on Thursday at $387, minus 0.07%, minus 0.22% at $386.15. Circle Internet CRCL closed at $150.48, plus 0.01%, minus 0.19% at $150.19. Galaxy Digital GLXY closed at $42.22, plus 2.01%, plus 2.08% at $43.10. Bullish BLSH closed at $66.71, minus 1.04%, plus 0.13% at $66.80. Mara Holdings Mara closed at $20.20, 0%, plus 1.53% at $20.51. Riot Platforms Riot closed at $22.28, plus 1.32%, plus 0.4% at $22.37. Core Scientific CORZ closed at $18.04, plus 2.91%, plus 1.16% at $18.25. CleanSpark CLSK closed at $20.09, plus 5.85%, plus 4.03% at $20.90. CoinShares Valkyrie Bitcoin Miners ETF WGMI closed at $57.57, plus 3.95%, plus 3.42% at $59.54. Exodus Movement EXOD closed at $29.67, minus 1.33%, plus 1.08% at $29.99. Strategy MSTR closed at $320.29, minus 3.18%, plus 0.53% at $322.00. Semler Scientific SMLR closed at $28.32, plus 0.43%. SharpLink Gaming SBET closed at $16.95, minus 3.53%, minus 1.47% at $16.70. Upexi UPXI closed at $6.85, minus 4.46%, minus 0.44% at $6.82 light strategy. LITS closed at $2.54, plus 1.6%, plus 11.42% at $2.83. Daily net flow, $197.80 million cumulative net flows. $62.73 billion total BTC holdings, 1.36 million. Daily net flow, minus $8.70 million cumulative net flows. $15.10 billion total ETH holdings, 6.89 million. Bitcoin is not an asset class. UK's biggest investment platform has a stark warning for investors. CNBC Hargreaves Lansdowne warned Bitcoin's volatility, lack of intrinsic value and unpredictable performance make it unsuitable for portfolios, even as the UK's financial regulator gives retail investors access to crypto ETNs. Bitcoin implied volatility reaches 2.5-month high as seasonal strength kicks in. CoinDesk Bitcoin Implied Volatility Index, which represents the annualized expected price turbulence over 4 weeks, surged above 42, mirroring similar seasonal spikes seen in October 2023 and 2024. Monero releases privacy boost against sneaky network nodes. CoinDesk The Fluorine Fermi upgrade changes how nodes choose peers, preventing multiple connections within the same IP subnet and making it harder for malicious clusters to trace transaction activity. Hyperliquid introduces Base Streams, a DX-powered live streaming platform. CoinDesk The live streaming feature lets creators broadcast trades, accept token donations and reward viewers via the decentralized perpetual swaps exchange's Hypercore protocol. Ray Dalio warns of soaring debt and civil war brewing in U.S. Bloomberg The Bridgewater Associates founder urged Congress to pair tax hikes with spending cuts to curb ballooning national debt, while also citing wealth inequality and geopolitical tensions as major concerns.